Dearest youngsters, welcome. Thank you for giving me another delightful day to be with you and get inspired seeing your activeness, dynamism. My wishes and prayers that you have a good health and long life and learn so many things from our Shastras that you become a moving Shastra encyclopedia having answer to every question and problem which you yourself come across or face or for anyone and everyone else. And I'm sure by now you are growing to know whether it is academically, professionally, domestically, or in life at large. It is only the knowledge which saves us. It is only the ignorance which shaves us. Therefore, don't take any other alternative chance of not learning the knowledge. No, we have to be relentless in gaining knowledge. If that knowledge is authentic from our Shastras, that also will have the ultimate truth as we are studying in Gita, along with the other knowledges of how to manage ourselves, how to conduct ourselves in the world, how to save ourselves during problems, crisis, and all. If all these knowledges are completely with us, then the life is so beautiful and so smooth. And don't remain a buddhu, ignorant, knowing nothing. Be a buddhiman by gaining maximum knowledges. So be a knowledge gainer, and according to the knowledge, you live life. Don't be under the sway of ignorance and do the things ignorantly and reap its consequences of miseries and problems. Why? When you have intellect, when you have people to guide you, when you have a lot of time given, why not use all of that and gain knowledge? Here we are seated only to learn this knowledge from Lord Krishna through Bhagavad Gita. And both the Vyavahara Vijayam as well as the Adhyatmika Unnati Pragati Vijayam both are being taught to us. So almost 275 days we're every day seeing it. It's very good. So welcome. I really congratulate you for your being a regular. I extended my gratitudes and wishes and prayers for you. I'm very happy for you. So among these shlokas, whatever is touching your heart, note them. So too, some or the other common sense thoughts also might have touched you. Make use of that too. And never misuse the beautiful prayer purposed stotras with meaning we are learning. See the beauty of that BAALA MUKUNDA ASHTAKAM. Today will be the last day. So tomorrow we'll start something else. Clear? So welcome you. Let us start our day with our chantings. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Katyayanaya Vidmahe Kanyakumari Dhimahi Tanno Durgi Prachodayat. Om Mahadevyai Cha Vidmahe Vishnupatnyai Cha Dhimahi तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात्. ओम हंस हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंसः प्रचोदयात्. Friends, we have done prayers to Guru as well as the Sahana Bhavatu, the mantra for being together till we learn and grow. So to today we remembered Durga Lakshmi Saraswati through their Gayatri mantras. May all devatas bless us all the time. Now, like every day, today too, we have three things. One, Bhagavad Gita. Second is common sense thought. Third one is our learning of chanting and the meaning. That Bala Mukunda Ashtakam, today is the last eighth shloka. From tomorrow, something else. And it's always my suggestion for you to go through it, know the meaning, meditatively chant, prayerfully chant, and make benefit of Bhagwan's blessings. Get the blessings from the Lord and be growing in life, enjoying the life. So beautiful. Always revel in these things. Then the negativities of frustrations, negativities of unwanted attachments, all the nonsense will not be there. Anyway, when you have to attach to the God. Anyway, when you have to talk to the God. Anyway, when you have to pray to the God, because ultimately He is the giver of everything. Is it not? पहले देने वाले तो वही है सबको सब कुछ, तो उन्हीं के पीछे पड़ो फिर. So that's the beauty of our stotrams. What will be from tomorrow? I don't know. Let me think. Then our common sense thought, very simple, something will be there, Lord will give us. Now, Bhagavad Gita, now we are coming to halfway done. Only 10 12 shlokas are left of the 10th chapter, 9th chapter. So, 9th chapter, Raja Vidya, Raja Gukhya Yoga, we are in the study. And it is the center of all 18 chapters. And in the center, the central shloka, which is the second best, yesterday we saw, the Ananyas Chintayanto Mam, Yejanaha Pari Upasate. Today, little more, we see that. Okay, so other than Lord Krishna, when you worship other devatas, that also reaches to God only, because in those forms God alone is there. But do you have that wisdom knowledge? If not, then your worship is under ignorance. That will be the shloka. Today we will be taught in the 23rd shloka. So 23, I think 24 also will combinedly do, having explained the 22nd shlokas meaning as it is said yesterday. Now maybe after 2-3 days, again I will repeat right from the shloka 1 of 9th chapter, which I have done already 3-4 times. So here the contrast picture is going on of those through yajna and yaga reach to the swarga, kshine punya matya lokam vishanti. The others who are worshipping the Lord with Ananya Bhava, their Yogakshema is taken care, and the ultimate result of becoming one with the God, that also is given. Now look into these two and decide for yourselves what you want to do. That is the thing here. So be single pointedly devoted to Krishna and know the Krishna to be the substratum of the whole world, therefore your own self. That way here Krishna Bhakti we are taught. उपासना करो कृष्ण का, जानो कृष्ण ही सारे सृष्टि के आधार है, therefore मेरे भी वही आधार है. In me as the self he is there. That is the meaning of ananyas chintayantah, which we explained yesterday. So let us do our chanting and see what Lord reveals to us the meanings today. What we will do is once ananyas chintayantama will chant twice, उसका मीनिंग बताकर और छोड़कर then we do again the chanting of next two mantras, उसका भी हम अर्थ देखेंगे. Okay. ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम, श्री गीता शरणम मम, श्री व्यासा शरणम मम, श्री सद्गुरु शरणम मम, श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम, श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम, शरणम मम, शरणम मम. ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ नवमोऽध्यायः. राजविद्या राजगुह्ययोगः. श्रीभगवानुवाच अथ द्वाविंशतित्रयोविंशति चतुर्विंशतितमो श्लोकौ. प्राथम्येन द्वाविंशतितमः श्लोकः. The second best shloka of the entire Gita. Most practical, important. Chant it twice. Om Shri Bhagavanuvaच अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्. Again. अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्. So the meaning of it is ananyaha chintayantaha mam. Second, pariyupasate. Third, nitya aviyuktanam. Fourth, aham yogakshemam vahami. So aham yogakshemam vahami was exhaustively explained yesterday. Both yoga aprapta vastu prapti. Kshema, the protection of the prapta vastu. Either this one which is obtained now or which is already there. Yoga Kshema. Another meaning of Yoga Kshema is Yogasya Kshema. Your spiritual unfoldment also I will assure. I will see that it is achieved. So therefore, Bhukti and Mukti, both I will give you. That way you can take the meaning of Yoga Kshemam Vahami. Bhagavan is giving this promise. It is his pratigna. It is his assurance. And he fulfills it. Because before giving the promise only, he looks into his own ability, resources. Can I do it or not? He being Sarvagna, Sarvashaktiman, Sarvantaryami, Sarvavapakaha, he can do it. Therefore, he gave that assurance. But what we have to do from our side for getting the blessing from the Lord of Yogakshemam Vahami are these three. Ananyaha Chintayantaha Pariyupasate Nityami Yuktanam. Okay. Now it has got lots of meanings. The summary of it is what? Your inner bosom be attentive. Your outer activities should be soaked and dipped always in the divine theme, in the theme called as Lord. Inside your inner bosom, outside through your activities, your entire life should be soaked in the theme called as God. That is the meaning of what three things we have to do, sadhana in short. So one by one we will see first Ananyaha Chintayantaha Mam. The first Chintayantaha. Chintana kar rahe, not Chinta. So Chintayantaha, inquiring, contemplating on. What the Chinta? Na, you can be a scientist and do the Chintana in your own particular field. Is it not? Every doctor does Chintana with medicine, what medication to give, what the knowledge has to be obtained. Is it not? Instead of all that, Mam Chintayantaha. When we do the Chintana about Bhagavan, it is the intellectual work to discover the Lord's presence, Lord's glory, Lord's power, Lord's performance. Presence, glory, power, performance of the Lord. Chintana karo. Don't do any other Chintana. That is what first meaning of Ananya Chintana about the Lord. So let intellect be recognize Lord's role played in everything. Ananya Chintana. Okay, when a beautiful rose has come to that plant. So what is the Ananya Chintana? Means what? Can the rose come without plant? Can the plant come without the earth? Can the earth come without water, Agni and all? Can all of them come without God? No. Therefore, because of whom that rose has blossomed? By Bhagavan. That is called as Achintana about Bhagavan's role there. In this way, the sun's rise and setting, moon's rise and setting, seasons coming and going, seasonal fruits, veggies coming and going, in the outer world, everything. So, in me also, the knowledge that is there in me, good qualities that are there in me, the power, ability to function in the world in me, can all them be there without the God in me? No. So, not only in me, but every being. Whatever the things that are happening in them, through them, without God cannot. Therefore, seeing the world through the world seen, if you are able to discover the presence of the Lord, you are doing Mam Chintanam. भगवान का चिंतन आप कर रहे हो. And anybody else, if you attribute to the greatness, then you are doing Anya Chinta, then your single pointed devotion to the God goes away. Therefore, attribute everything, Ananya Chinta. So, again, the same thing if you say, the bud has come and blossomed as a flower by His grace. And by evening, the flower slowly becomes folded by His grace. Next day, if you see, it will fall on the ground. That also His grace. That is the, because without Bhagavan's presence, as the blossom happened, so too the murajjana of the flower also cannot happen. So too the flower getting separated from the plant, coming down onto the earth. Without his presence, it cannot happen. In this way, anything that is happening, good or bad, if you can see the Bhagavan's hand in that, and thus increase in you the darshana of the Lord and the presence of the Lord, then we have understood the secret of Ananya Chintayanto Ma. Refuse to accept anything happening without Bhagavan's Kripa or presence. Because He is all pervading, He is all powerful. Anybody's power is His power only. The Surya is giving sun rays. That is by the Lord only seated in Surya. When the clouds are giving rains in the form of cloud, Lord only is there. That He is giving us the rain in this way. Second beauty is what? Therefore, He is that God if He is everywhere. Is He there in me or not? Very much is there. Therefore, am I separate from the God at any time? No. That way, the thinking that I am never away apart, separate from the God, this is called again second level of Ananya Chinta. तो सब कुछ भगवान के कारण हो रहा है, मेरे अंदर भी भगवान है और मैं उस भगवान से हटकर अलग नहीं हूं. अनन्य चिंता. So in that, all my faculties are working because of Him only. I know the eyes are seeing, ears are listening, nose is smelling, mouth is talking and tasting, nose is smelling. It is all by Him only. And I am never away apart from Him. In me, the ability to know, ability to feel, ability to remember, Matta Smrutir Jnanam Apohanam, all is by Him only. So therefore, Ananya Chinta means anything outer world you see, you remember God. Anything your own life you see, you remember God. Thus, in God only the outer world and I am both are seen. This is called as Ananya Chinta. This is aspect of knowledge. Chintana is Jnana Pradhan, Jnana ki baat hai. Second one is Upasana and Karma Pradhan. What is that? Ki Ananya Chinta ye jana pari upasate. Therefore, two things. One, whatever, please, whatever the upasanas of the God that are taught to us by the Lord through Shastra, doing that upasana, one. Second, whatever the duties we are told by the Lord through Shastra to do, doing them and as feeling that these are all upasana of the Lord only, doing worship of Him through that, that's called as Pariupasate. Therefore, Ananya Chinta say our intellect is always on the God. Pariupasana say our mind with its emotional devotion is on the God. Our hand legs also are working for the sake of God. So either you are doing the upasana of the God or you are serving the world knowing it is a God's expression, or you are doing the duty for the sake of God because He only has put you there. This is what the complete meaning of pariupasate. No? It is again the mental feeling and the action through the hands, legs. Doing upasana of the Lord in the puja mandir alone is not upasana. Is that God only is in the puja mandir? No, He is in the world everywhere. If He is in the world everywhere, then everywhere taking it as God, worshipping the Lord as pariupasana. And don't you Swami Bhagavan is everywhere, He is in me also. Therefore, I am doing my own upasana. मैं अपने लिए भोजन देता हूँ, अपने लिए नहाता हूँ. Then that is wrong using of this knowledge. भगवान को पूजा करनी है ना, मेरे अंदर है, मैं अपनी पूजा कर रहा हूँ, भगवान का ही कर रहा हूँ, इसलिए मैं पेट पूजा करता हूँ. भैया ये पेट पूजा नहीं, पाठ पूजा के लिए होता है. परितः उपासते 24 घंटे. First thing is he has known everything everywhere is God. Second thing is he is having the devotion to the God because of His grace and because of His krupa only everything happening, and he is only doing service to the God. So pariupasate means what? When I smell, inhale, exhale, it is because of the God, it is for the sake of God. If I am going to my office, I am going because of God, because He gave me the job, for the sake of God, because through this duty I want to make Him happy. Because when He has put me there, it is for me, it is for me to do the work only He has put me there. When I do that, then only He will be happy. Therefore, to make Him happy, I do my duty. And like you are made as a brother. So that is given by the God. By a brother, being a good brother to your brother or sister, you worship the God. You are made an officer. So you are made an officer by God, by the grace of God, and through being an officer good, you will be serving the God. That's the meaning of pari upasate. So everything is Bhagwan's upasana for him. दैट इज वाई इन आवर गुड ओल्डन डेज खाना बनाते हैं तो पहले भगवान को अर्पण, गृह प्रवेश करना है तो पहले भगवान, नया कपड़ा खरीदा पहले भगवान, खेती बाड़ी शुरू हुई भगवान, खेती से अच्छे फसल हुआ, गिव इट टू भगवान फर्स्ट. In Hindu Sanatana Dharma, there is nothing possible without God. Even death also. When we die, we pray to God only. Bhagwan, इनको थोड़ा ऊर्ध्व गति दे दो. But it is lost because of all other nonsenses which you know better than me. Yeah, getting sold out to the useless people's different talks, we have missed our great grand spiritual tradition and culture. Ours is all our tradition and culture is spiritual oriented in reaching to the divine God only. तो अनन्याः चिन्तयन्तः माम् explained. Yajana pari upasate is explained. So whatever work I have to do is given by him, and that I do perfectly as an offering to him. That's called pari upasana. And daily having that half an hour, actual upasana to Lord Vishnu or Krishna through Abhishekam, Ashtotram and all of that. चिंतयन्तो मां ये जना पर्युपासते. Pari also means lovingly. Pari means with full devotion. Pari with feeling fulfilled. You know, lovingly getting an opportunity to do upasana to God as a human being itself is great. So feel that it's a privilege given or a fortune given. In this bhavana we have to do. Okay, Ananya Chintantama Vejana Pari Upasate. In this way, Nitya Abhiyuktanam. So those who are that way, Nitya always Abhi, by all means, Yuktanam, Yokud to me only. That way, every movement of theirs, either through the working of the intellect or through the working of body, mind, senses, is Abhiyukta, connected, contacted to me only. He is not aware of himself also, he is not aware of the world also, even an iota. That is the ultimate main meaning of Nitya Abhiyukta. You know, again our good old and traditional houses, Subha utte hi. For the Lord's arrival, they clean the house and put the rangoli. And in the puja room, they go and light the lamp for the Lord. Then they make the food for the Naivedyam of the Lord only. They are Nitya Abhiyukta. फिर दोपहर में खाना उन्हीं के लिए बनाया, रात शाम को उन्हीं के लिए बनाया. Always they are in tune to God only. And when the time comes, they go to temple, they go to satsanga, they at home study shastra. When two people meet, they talk about Bhagwan only. This is India. True India is like this. Because of simple common sense, the moment you think about anything other than God, your mind gets corrupted with raga dvesha. Thereafter, you can never be a pure person, nor you can do good things. You'll be forced to do the bad thing. The consequence of it will be definitely the sufferings and misery. Please remember this shloka. That is why it's so important, so powerful, so necessary for us to understand and practice. Nitya Abhiyuktanam. Like when your boss is there in your office, you are aware of the boss presence. Will you do anything wrong? No. So too, when you love the boss, will you run away from the work? No. When you recognize that the boss is the one who gave you the job, don't you offer everything you do to him? So too, the boss of the whole universe is Bhagavan, and he's everywhere there. Then how can we do mistakes? And how can't we love him? Then how can't we do everything for him? That's the meaning of Nitya Abhiyukta. They are like this. They say, Kayena Vacha Manasa Indriyarva Buddhya Atmanava Prakriti Swabhavat Karomi Yadya Sakalam Parasmai Narayana Samarpaya. Everything I offer to him. In other words, Bhakti of Shiva, this is Vishnu mantra. Shiva mantra में क्या कहते हैं? यद्यत कर्म करोमि तत्तदखिलम शंभो तवाराधनम. गीता में स्वकर्मणा, we will see it in chapter, तम अभ्यर्च्य सिद्धिं विन्दति मानवः. Nitya Abhiyukta Baba. We should not be in Abhiyuktata with the human beings too much. उनके साथ जितनी जरूरत है उतनी करनी है. Remaining our time should be only with God. Then He will take care of all our both Yogakshemam and Yogasya Kshemam. And with the people, through them only the Lord comes to us. Every time He will not bring it. So we will extend the gratitude for them. Like you give a good smile and maybe 10, 20 rupees also to the one who brought the courier to you, who brought the telegram money order to you. In the same way, the world deserves our love because they have become means for the Lord's blessings to reach us. More than that, don't forget the Lord and think these people only are giving, and don't get lost in them with attachment. Anybody it may be. Anybody we have attached to, we have lost our contact devotion with God, then we become the doers of bad things, we suffer. So can we lift our life, our mind status to this level? देख लो, कर सकते हो. And you are smiling, you are laughing, you are giggling, you are joyful, you are involved in everything, you are doing anything. Yet your heart knows that everything is by God's grace. Therefore, I am devoted to Him only, and whatever I do is to serve Him. So somebody needs some money, you give, but not as anything other than serving the God. Somebody physical help you do it, but again know it that you are doing it for God only. And somebody you kick because that fellow deserves and you are an officer. And that also you do as a Lord's seva. What you do goes on the same. What changes is our understanding and attitude. Understanding is that without God nothing can happen. Attitude is that I must do all that is for the sake of God perfectly with a full devotion. Understood? This is how ki third one is Ananya Chintayantamam Yajanaha Paripasate Tesham Nitya Abhiyuktanam. All the time we have to have the Yukti Abhiyukti connection with God only. है ना? To them all Yogakshema, Bhagavan says, I will take care. So should we not be on this job? देख लो. No, that's how we the Sanatana Dharmins love all, serve all, but never miss the God. Nowadays क्या हो रहा है? We don't love anyone, don't serve anyone, nor devote to God. We only are very selfish for our own indulgence, enjoyment. For the sake of that, we use the people also like things. There's a whole beautiful spiritual, cultural dignity. All that which was developed and brought to us by our Rishi Muni, we have just thrown it away and embracing the Rakshasic culture, the Pashavika animalistic culture of eat and beg, borrow or steal, loot, plunder, and indulge. That sort of negativity is taught to us. एक को देखकर एक को देखकर ऐसे बन रहे. Now you change the trend. My life is dedicated to the Lord's service. My intellect always is finding His presence everywhere. And these are all facts. भगवान है, उन्हीं के कारण सब कुछ हो रहा है. So when we really serve the Lord like that, devotion say, with the knowledge, then Yogakshema Vahami also happens. Yogasya Kshemam api. Yogasya Kshemam means He will see to it that we slowly, steadily reach in our identity with Him. I am no more separate from Him. The self in me behind my Dehendra Upadhi, the self in the Lord are not two, it is one. This is the real yoga section. Then when I am one with Him, the infinite self, there are no limitations in me, there are no desires in me, there is no running around in me, there are no disappointments in me. I am in a state of bliss. That is how this shloka becomes pivotal shloka, center of this whole Gita. Beautiful one it is. Ananya Sintayantamam Yejana Parivasate Tesham Nityavayuktanam Aham Yogakshemam Vahami. I will bring that yoga and kshema to you. So Lord Krishna Parivasa. In your puja room, now Krishna must be there. Daily do some upasana to Him. And all the work you report to Him from today. And what He said in Gita to do, that only you do. So your life must become Nityavayuktanam with Krishna. Sarvam Krishnamaya. So the examples I said yesterday, I will have to give you. The best example is Prahlada. He never has any thought of anybody other than God. And he has never done anything which is not the service of God. And he is not even a moment separate from the God. Ananya Chinta, Nitya Abhiyuktanam, then okay, Paryupasate. All the three Prahladaji was there. So to Gopikas. They were at home, but their mind is always on God. They will serve the God only. They make everything for God. 12 बजे भी पूरे सजा धजा के रखते हैं अपने आप. Why? We don't know. Krishna may come at the time. So he should, when he looks at us, he should feel happy. When we are in a frowny, frustrated face, it gives him dukha. For the sake of him, 24 घंटे वो लोग अपने आप को मेकअप करके रखते थे. Not for themselves. They take out dadi and all. That is for Krishna only. है ना? दूध निकालना, मक्खन बनाना, दही बनाना, मक्खन, all that वो भगवान के लिए करते थे. The second best example is that of this Gopikas. Third best example is Lord Sri Hanumanji. Ananya Chinta, Rama, 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 Rama. यत्र यत्र गुणाद कीर्तनम तत्र तत्र समझ. So Rama Smarana, Rama Bhakti, Rama Karju Kine Vinu Mohi Kaha Vishrama, and the Rama Kaja never ends. Hanumanji is always in Rama Chintana, Rama Smarana, Rama Seva. Okay. So then comes the Naradji. He goes all the worlds, himself remembering God, making also remember God, because that vrata he took. Tasmin Swam Sapaishyami Gehe Gehe Jane Jane. In every house and in every mind, I will establish you, O Bhakti Mata. With that idea, he was moving all around. His mind is only one. How to connect the Lord and the devotee. By that, he is doing Bhagavan Seva, because Bhagavan appointed him for that. Narad is the best example for this. Ananya Sintayantamam Yajana Marubhasate Tesham Nityave Yuktana. Then the mother Sita and the Lord Krishna's, the Ashtapatani, yesterday we studied that. Even the 16,000 wives, how they were serving him, it was told yesterday. Aage bhi aayega. In the evening Bhagavad class, which I take. Arjuna also was Ananya Chinta of Krishna Krishna. Nowadays also there are many, many great bhaktas in every state of our nation who are in the Ananya Chinta Bhagavan all the time. Even now they are there. Nitya Viyukta. Their mind never forgets the God even for a moment. They don't do anything other than serving the God. All the time in tune with God. What a beautiful life it is. What we are doing, useless friends who only make use of us and ditch us and cheat us, and the worldly people misguiding us into भोग आदि. ऐसे लोगों के पीछे घूम रहे हो, इनको दोस्त बना रहे हो, इनके साथ खुद के जीवन बिगाड़ रहे हो. No, you can't. That doesn't mean you hate the friends and leave them. That you can't do. Be with them, but your mind should be soaked in devotion to God. Your life should be dedicated in service of God. Your intellect should be discovering the presence of God and His glory everywhere. Then Yogakshemam Vahami. You'll never have problem for anything. And for the sake of that, the devotee doesn't do. Devotee does out of devotion. It is Bhagavan takes on himself to bring the Yogakshema to us. याद रखना, भक्त भगवान के लिए सब कुछ इसलिए नहीं करता कि भगवान फिर उनके लिए कुछ करेंगे. देन वो बिजनेस हो गया. Bhakta never even a moment thinks that I must get something from God. Then he is not a Ananya Bhakta. He is the Anya Bhakta ho gaya na. He is only a desire mongering Bhakta. He is only business deal it is. Here remember, the devotion for devotion's sake, love for love's sake, service for the service's sake, nothing is expected. Do it. And while doing it, if somebody gets a doubt, मुझे तो जीना है, अलाय वाला है, for them Bhagavan says, Aham Vahami Yogakshemam. I'll bring your Yogakshema. Otherwise, the Rishi Munis in the forest, amidst all the dangerous animals, how do they live 50, 60, 70 years? 100 years वगैरह खाने वाने की चीज सब फल फूल कौन दे रहे हैं उनको? भगवान ही दे रहे. So what is the thought of it? अनन्याः चिंतयन्तः. अन्य चिंता को छोड़कर भगवान का ही चिंतन करो. Two types of Chintana Bhagavan is anything happening in the world is by God's grace. Second, in me also, as me, Bhagavan alone is there. It is Ananya Chintayanta. Second, Paripasate means all through the day, in the mind, there is a love devotion to God, and everything we do offering to God. And that only we do, which God tells us. In this way, what is the meaning of Nitya Abhiyuktana? 24 hours we are in tune with Bhagavan. Like nowadays online 24 घंटे CC camera लगाते हैं. Yeah, if the parents are in India, the American children, they keep online available all the time so that they can see where are the parents and all for the sake of safety security. In the same way 24 घंटे नित्य अभियुक्त हमको भगवान का होना चाहिए. And remember, that's the only thing which protects us from our own mind, which when given freedom destroys us. Remember it. This is what our common sense thought also today. Okay, I thought I would do next two shlokas also, but now I am happy that these 22nd shloka are taken 2 days and the meaning is conveyed to you. It is your job to listen 2-3 times, digest it and start doing it and really become such a great bhakta who is nitya abhiyukta with the Lord and doing only his paripasana and his chintana is only about the divine. And thus Yogakshema, both the livelihood, etc., Yogasya Kshema, uniting with the Lord in experience. Both of them, the Lord's grace, it will see that it will happen. So thank you. Just chant once. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Ye Janaha Paryupasate Tesham Nityaviyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. Stopping all the distractions of the worldliness in a deep devotion to the Lord. When we are busy in our bhajan, kirtan, seva to Him, puja to Him, what a divine life it would be. Don't you want that? You only want all these exhausting, fatiguing, regret and guilt creating indulgence only you want. In that way you choose, what can we do? Wasting time, money, energy and all. ऐसी जिंदगी चाहते हैं. Yeah, this one. Always reveling in that beautiful devotion to Bhagavan. आप चुन लो बाबा, बोल तो दिया. Bhagavan's assurance, Yogakshivam Vahami. That's why this sloka becomes very, very famous. Done. Now let us come to our second topic of the day, that is common sense thought. What is the thought today? Common sense. जो भी हमने कहा कि minds mischief of, be attentive, misusing the freedom given. Thus, doing all those nonsenses by misusing a freedom, entering into bondages and sufferings only. That we have to rectify by rightly utilizing the freedom that is given to us. Is it not? Misusing the freedom. And we have the mouth to speak. It's a freedom of speech given to us. No, we have to misuse it or rightly use. Batao. With that mouth, when you shout at others, be arrogant, angry, people will become our own enemy. Therefore, it's a mind's mischief that I can talk, I can shout, therefore I will shout. Then result kya hua? You will have no friends at all with you. But if the freedom of speech, be attentive, is rightly utilized, when I talk lovingly to other, kindly to other, compassionately other, encouraging, inspiring them, not demotivating or demoralizing, then the speech which is given to me as a freedom is rightly utilized. So too the body is given as human beings, being 80, 90 years we are given. What a freedom given to this to us with this body. How many wondrous things can be done with it. But how we misuse the freedom given of the body, either we put it in the sleep or we take it for only doing the wrong things. The freedom given. So we are given the mind and full freedom. Do you want to have all negative emotions of the anger and crankiness and all? Then you become victim of it and you suffer. But the mind, when I rightly use and having that love, kindness and compassion, कितना मजा आएगा मुझे और भी लोगों को भी. याद करो, सुनो, सोचो. So intellect is given freedom to gain knowledge. You want to gain the knowledge of how to destroy yourself and others, or you want to gain the knowledge of positive, freedom तुम्हारा है. So too, you are given a freedom in your own house. You are given freedom by your parents by providing you with whatever you want. Are we rightly using or misusing? You are sent to a school or college. What a freedom there. Make friends and destroy yourselves, or make friends but along with them grow yourself. Freedom you are. मन क्या करता है ना, हर एक freedom, it wants the freedom first. When it is given, it only misuses it, because of which we suffer. The Prakriti has given us the freedom to stay in her. No, instead of using it perfectly, you we misuse that freedom given and destroy the nature, and in turn get destroyed by it. तो फ्रीडम रहना अलग है, उसको सही यूज करना, गलत यूज करना अलग है. See, when your parents have gone out, so you are all alone at home. That's a free time. How do you use it? Think about it. Should we use it for constructive, creative purpose or destroy ourselves? The mind's mischief of making us misuse the freedom. Be careful. Freedom misused will not be given again. So the legs are given to walk. Freedom. So instead of walking to good places and doing good work, if we misuse, Bhagavan will not give that freedom of walk next life. He will make us a tree. No, tree cannot walk, mind you. Misuses freedom of speech. Bhagavan will make us any bird or animal. They cannot speak now. That freedom Bhagavan ne le liya. So to mind intellect given, if they are used for the service of world, भगवान will give better equipment. नहीं तो क्या है, अगेन पशु जिनको दिल दिमाग नहीं है, ऐसा वाला जिंदगी होगा हमारा. So mind's mischief of misusing the freedom. Common sense is use rightly. The freedom of the faculties outer, the freedom of the faculties inside, the freedom of the nature and other resources, the freedom of being with the people. Most important, the parents and friends. What a freedom to make right use of them and grow in your life. If we misuse it, the freedom, then we make all of them enemy to us. And then we suffer, we trouble them also. Is it not? Freedom is given to us. Let us not misuse the freedom and convert it into licentiousness. When the freedom is misused to become licentious, then we cross all rules, limits, and we destroy ourselves. See, you are given freedom to travel on the road with your two-wheeler. But there are two things. One is what? You have to maintain the speed limit about your vehicle. You have to follow the traffic rules there. So that freedom with these conditions alone gives meaning to the freedom. Without following those conditions and misusing the freedom of driving the vehicle, something else we do or go fast, we trouble others, we suffer ourselves also. Freedom should never become licentiousness. Freedom should be followed with rules, regulations. Freedom should be rightly utilized, never misuse it. Children all young say मेरी मर्जी है, मैं फ्री हूँ. अरे तेरी मर्जी है, तू फ्री है, लेकिन उसको कैसे यूज करना ये भी होना चाहिए. यू कांट डू कि मेरे पास 1,000 रुपीज है तो मैं दारू पीता हूँ, ड्रिंक्स करता हूँ, ड्रग, ऑल द ड्रग्स आई टेक. Money is yours, freedom is yours, but if you misuse it, you will destroy yourself, my dear. So this resource and freedom and opportunity of time and mind is most important than things. Let us not misuse that freedom given to us. You know that the British has gone away. They gave freedom to our nation. Now slowly we started building it. So whenever in life we are given power, position, resources, and freedom, please see to that they're not misused for your destruction and others. They have to be rightly utilized. Therefore, the right way of using the freedom is get bound. Bind to the Guru and Shastra, then do as they say freely, then we get liberated from all clutches and bondages. So today's common sense thought is this much. Mind's mischief of freedom ko misuse karna, bring your intellect and use rightly that freedom. The freedom given by teachers, the parents, the Lord, the nature, and all the resources, also the freely given things. No, usko bhi sahi use karna. Okay. Now let us do the last mantra of the Bala Mukunda Ashtakam, eighth one. And the whole thing we'll chant once. The eighth one is Alokya Matuhu Mukham Adarena. With love and fondness, looking at the face of mother. Yashoda. Stanyam Pibantam. At the child age, looking at her and drinking the milk, acknowledging and extending the gratitude. Oh mother, because of you only I am born, because of you only I am alive. Bhagavan Krishna taking the milk from mother, looking at the mother with so much devotion. These are our Hindus. सनातन धर्म इसको दूसरे लोग अपना पिक्चर पेंटिंग या आइडल बना लेते हैं एंड यू आर स्टूपिड फेलोस नॉट नोइंग दैट दीस श्लोकास आर ऑलरेडी देयर यू थिंक दैट अ पिक्चर इज देयर सून उनका हो हमारा हो माता पुत्र का वात्सल्य ब्यूटीफुल है my feeling always is you are not studying our shastra therefore you think the things are told by others and you vote for them Bewakoof. There's nothing which is not there in our Hindu shastras. Every other religion has copied us only. They cannot sustain otherwise. They have learned from our own Rishi, Muni and Gurus. So, Alokya Matuhu Mukham Adarena. Stanyam Pibantam. Drinking the milk. Sarasi Ruha Aksham. The eyes like the lotus. Sarasi, Spani mein Ruha, uga hua lotus ki tarah aankh hai. And Sat Chit Mayam. He is a pure existence and pure consciousness. Devam is one Lord who is managing the whole world's show. Sachinmayam Devam Anantarupam. Actually, by himself is Anantarupa. But now he has a Bala Krishna, he came and doing Leelas. As he grows, he will continue doing Leela as long as he is there in the Sharir. So we were studying Bhagavatam 1101 दिन कल के दिन हुए Krishna Leelas we are studying. Beautiful. To that Bala Mukunda Manasa Smarami. In my mind, I meditate. So, O Lord, bless me too to have the joy and love of being loved and blessed by the mother. You only become my mother. You feed me. You take care of me. And lead me to that Satchinmaya Rupa like you are already. So, in this way, that beautiful Krishna having the milk from mother, looking at her, that is only a Leela. Otherwise, he is Sat Chitmaya, pure existence, pure consciousness. And Bhagavan, Satchinmayam Devam Anantaropam. The infinite Lord came to play the Leela. Like you have so many things in your life to do, but in the class you came only as a listener. A part of you expressed here. If you go to the playground, a part of you as a player expresses. If you go to your office, a part of you as an officer you express. Is it not? You are having so many, but you express at each place small way. Same way, the Ananta Lord, the Divine Lord, the Sachinmaya Lord, a part of him came as Krishna and playing the Leelas. In that, the Bala Krishna Leelas are this, and giving so much joy to the Yashoda mother. She so finds her life fulfilled by taking care of Krishna. And उनका किस्मत भी देखो यशोदा जी कि क्या क्या उपासना की कि भगवान आफ्टर बॉर्न not even stayed a moment also with Devaki ji. He came and played a play of son to Yashoda and Nanda Baba. How much punya they must have done. And the joy of having Krishna all the time around. Oh, great. They might have done Anasnya Chintayantamham Yejana Paripasate earlier. Now also their whole life is dedicated to Krishna Tattva. Okay, let us chant this 6 times and the whole stotram will chant once. Om Alokya Mathurmukhamadharena Stanyam Pibantam Sarasi Ruhaksham Sachinmayam Devam Anantarupam Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami Alokya Mathurmukhamadharena Stanyam Pibantam Sarasi Ruhaksham Sachinmayam Devam Anantarupam Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami Alokya Mathurmukhamadharena Stanyam Pibantam Sarasi Ruhaksham Sachinmayam Devam Anantarupam बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि आलोक्य मातुर्मुखमादरेण स्तन्यं पिबन्तं सरसीरुहाक्षं सच्चिन्मयं देवमनन्तरूपं बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि आलोक्य मातुर्मुखमादरेण स्तन्यं पिबन्तं सरसीरुहाक्षं सच्चिन्मयं देवमनन्तरूपं बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि आलोक्य मातुर्मुखमादरेण स्तन्यं पिबन्तं सरसीरुहाक्षं सच्चिन्मयं देवमनन्तरूपं बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि. शुरू से हे भगवान bless all of us with Paramatma Anubhuti and your darshana. Bless the entire Sanatana Dharma to spread all over the world so that everyone becomes spiritual and grows. And please protect all the beings. Whoever are doing Sanatana Dharma Seva, please empower them for their every moment success. Start. Om Ata Shri Balamukunda Ashtakam Om ॐ करारविन्देन पदारविन्दं मुखारविन्दे विनिवेशयन्तं वटस्य पत्रस्य पुटे शयानं बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि संहृत्य लोकान् वटपत्रमध्ये शयानमाद्यन्तविहीनरूपं सर्वेश्वरं सर्वहितावतारम् बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि इन्दीवरश्यामलकोमलाङ्गम् इन्द्रादिदेवार्चितपादपद्मं सन्तानकल्पद्रुममाश्रितानां बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि लम्बालकं लम्बितहारयष्टिं शृङ्गारलीलाङ्कितदन्तपङ्क्तिं बिम्बाधरं चारुविशालनेत्रं बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि शिक्ये निधायाज्यपयोदधीनि बहिर्गतायां व्रजनायिकायां भुक्त्वा यथेष्टं कपटेन सुप्तं बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि कलिन्दजान्तस्थितकाळीयस्य फणाग्ररङ्गे नटनप्रियन्तं तत्पुच्छहस्तं शरदिन्दुवक्त्रं बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि उलूखले बद्धमुदारशौर्यम् उत्तुङ्गयुग्मार्जुनभङ्गलीलम् उन्फुल्लपद्मायतचारुनेत्रं बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि आलोक्य मातुर्मुखमादरेण स्तन्यं पिबन्तं सरसीरुहाक्षं सच्चिन्मयं देवमनन्तरूपं बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि. Let all the devatas bless us. God is one in so many forms. So see how quiet the mind, how divine, how purified. Compare this mind with the mind filled with anger, passions, greeds, like kutta डरते रहते कौन मारेगा करके, that type of mentality. Now you see the gambhirata, the devotion, the joy, the self-respect, the self-confidence. Okay, congrats for completing one more stotra learning. तो कल से क्या करेंगे? Let us see. Bhagavan will tell us. So what we have studied? The Balamukundashtakam, the Navagraha Stotram, the Dashavataram, the Achyutastakam, the Bhajagovindam. How many we have learned so far? Along with some 250 shlokas before. 200 shlokas. So ऐसा ही कुछ मधुर वाला हम कल ले लेंगे, ठीक है? Let it be for 2-3 days. Some stotram only of this type, let me do for some time. There are thousands of beautiful stotras we have. This is what is our Balamukundashtakam. Then common sense thought, mind's mischief of misusing freedom. Be alert with the intellect, oblige the Lord, and whoever have given us the freedom, make right use of it, that they give more and more. Okay, and Bhagavad Gita, continuation of Ananya Chintayanto Mam Yajana Paribhasate Tesham Nityavayuktanam Yogakshema Vahamyaham. Therefore, become the Ananya Chintak of the God, do the Paribhasana of the Lord. That way, Nitya Bhagavan se Avyukta hoenge. So, our Yogakshema and Yoga Sakshema, Bhagavan takes care. You not worry about your professions, your career, your bank balance, your wife, children. Sare Bhagavan Sambharenge. And if you are a spiritual seeker, yoga sikshemam, you'll see that your bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, every one of them fulfill in discovering oneness with the God. Thank you, friends. Om Durjana Sajjano Bhuyat, Sajjana Shanti Mapruyat, Shanto Mukcheta Vandebhyaha, Ukta Shanyan Vimocheta, Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amurtam Gamaya, Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Paramanishibhyo Parabrahmane Sutimatri Namaha O Gita Matri Namaha Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha Vedavyasa Maharshe Namaha Asmadgurubhyo Namaha तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण समस्त श्रोतॄणां युवानां च संकल्पित समस्त सत्कर्मसु निर्विघ्नेन दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थं तेषां हृदये भक्ति भगवद्भक्ति शास्त्रभक्ति सनातन भक्ति समस्त जीवकोटि भक्ति प्राप्ति द्वारा जीवन साफल्यार्थं साफल्यं कुरु कुरु इति प्रार्थनां वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. With that, today we'll close. See you tomorrow, friends. Thank you. Om Shanti.